Hello and welcome to the second Rollcast of 2018. Woo, yay!
3 months in.
Yeah,
Good
we've
boy.
done so much. Yep. I'm joined here by my colleagues James and Joe. Scott unfortunately had to go and have a life, so he can't be joining us on this one.
What a sad person.
Indeed, what a sad person indeed. But for the rest of the world out there, it'll be myself, James, and Joe. And first off, we're going to be talking about Fortnite. Fortnite taking over the world. James, your thoughts on this one?
It is. It actually is taking over the world.
It's not taking over. It does not deserve to take over the world.
I actually agree. I downloaded it, give it its fair chance, and I don't see why everyone's so hooked on it. I played like 4 games, and it was like, oh, I died, cool.
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. It gives a bit of variety compared to something like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, because you know. There's more things that can go on, but I'm one that kind of prefers a bit more realism in my games, and
I just rather
I
play
don't
like a
see
really
the
good
benefit.
single player game, to be honest.
Well, we can say that, but this game is actually played by none other than Drake himself. I've read in the news. Is now Drake himself plays Fortnite and he streams as well.
I'm out.
Drake streams.
Indeed.
More
So,
reasons not to play it.
Exactly. So
Getting
you know,
examples of who else does.
you could be there ranked number 77th, and Drake comes and smacks you around the back of the head with a pickaxe. So
What's his username? What does he call himself?
he declined to give that information out to the public. Funnily enough,
How was he streaming then? How was he hiding that information?
he's doing it with well-known streamer Ninja on Twitch.
Seriously.
And he's joined him. He's joined Ninja, playing Fortnite. It kind of reminds me when Snoop Dogg played COD, but with less weed. But yeah, that's so. Well, that's what you think, yeah. But I think Drake's just a little bit more subtle about it. He's not got a blunt hanging out of his mouth while he's playing it like Snoop was.
He's too mainstream, man.
Exactly. When you become a meme, then you're pretty much too mainstream for the guys here at Rollcast.
But not too mainstream for Fortnite.
Clearly,
Indeed,
we only do indie games, right, guys?
Exactly. Yeah.
We're only
Yeah.
indie.
Exactly.
Speaking of indie games, right? Black Ops 4's just been announced.
What?
Confirmed for October 12th
It's
release.
the shittest and least understandable segue we've had yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of not
Oh.
mainstream,
But
COD's coming out.
This is actually interesting because they're releasing a whole month earlier than they usually do, and I can't understand why. The only thing I could possibly see them wanting to release a month early is to compete with Red Dead.
It's because they know the game's going to be dead soon, so they're just trying
Yeah.
to pump it out
But
quicker.
why do they want to go head on with Red Dead? I don't get it.
Nothing to do with the leak from GameStop on the website or anything. No.
No.
It could have been, but that all they had to do was announce the game. Why did they make the release date a month earlier? I don't get it.
Like I say, it could only be like I say maybe to compete with Red Dead, but to me that seems counterproductive
Exactly.
to sales and everything, because people are going to have to choose, and who really wants to buy 2 AAA games and has the time to play 2 AAA games in the space of 1 month.
It might be just down to the fact that they think that they can get the game out earlier to the public. It might be in a more finished state than people think at this point.
But rushing things out always works well for AAA games. Like Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm not bitter.
Honestly,
Yeah.
for a AAA game like COD, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference rushing it out because, well, it's all the same, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
So how are they
They
going to
do.
break it? How are they going to ruin it? They can't.
Yeah.
They can.
Unless they put Bill Cosby in it or something like that, or Oscar Pistorius, someone as the villain, and because they've got such a track record with with famous actors that
Hey,
suddenly turn
Kevin
out to be.
Spacey had done nothing wrong up until that point.
Maybe actually Harvey Weinstein's the baddie in this one or something. I don't know. God knows.
Just like when you see on Metal Gear games directed by Hideo Kojima, it'll just be like directed by Harvey Weinstein.
Exactly like that. Yeah. I'm gonna guess there's not gonna be a lot of female avatars to play as if that's the case. Ooh, controversial.
So who's seen the new Tomb Raider? Who's seen the new film?
Not yet. Does look good, but who can really replace Angelina Jolie? But that's superlative acting talent of Angelina Jolie. Because we all watch Angelina Jolie for the acting, of course we do. But that segues quite nicely into the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which has just been announced. That's coming out in September, and apparently is going to chronicle Lara's rise to fame as the proverbial Tomb Raider. So we've seen
not reading that straight off Wikipedia.
Not at all. It's actually from a Bandai Namco email blast that I'm subscribed to. So she started off in as the little scared girl that gets impaled on trees, and now she's this is the actual Tomb Raider part of the Tomb Raider series. Indeed, this is grown up. This is Lara after 9 p.m. Yeah. So
any actual Tomb Raider fans here?
I've enjoyed the early series on the PlayStation, but I've sort of petered out. I played the two new Square
ones.
I've enjoyed the earlier ones. The later ones have not captured my attention much at all. I don't like how streamlined they are. I think because they're such AAA games now. It's similar to Uncharted.
Exactly, I was just about to say it. I can't help but think that it's like a 2-bit Uncharted.
Yeah.
Which is ironic,
to
really.
Me, games like that are just too cinematic.
Yeah.
That's just my personal taste, but I don't like feeling like I'm on rails. And
yeah, I know what you mean. But they are kind of trying to be films in a sense, really, aren't they? With the spectacle they're trying to put out.
Yeah.
And the set pieces, definitely. Yeah. And some of the death scenes are wow. Just if you guys listen to YouTube, Tomb Raider death scenes, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's makes your throat itch, for lack of a better term. Yeah.
So you definitely won't be seeing that in the films.
Indeed. Hopefully, like I say, more gratuitous nudity and violence, but no branch through the bottom of the jaw.
Rated PG-12.
Ah, damn it. So what? So what's side boob then?
Division 2 has been announced.
Oh yes, Division 2.
By Ubisoft.
Yes.
The game that nobody wants and nobody asked for.
Because the Division 2, it was Division 1, sorry, it was basically touted as a multiplayer game with a campaign tacked on, not unlike a similar military shooter series that we know. But like I say, hopefully, I mean, it did have a lot of
that fell flat.
Fun. Because of our audience being such a COD kiddie crash.
I don't. What are you gonna swing back with, James? Come on, no.
But yeah, like for me, the Division 2, it's like, what are they thinking? It's like if they made like a Watch Dogs 2. Oh wait,
yeah. Awkward.
Yeah.
Or a COD.
Yeah.
COD. Any COD.
COD's going strong, mate. COD's been releasing steadily every single year.
Yes. Yeah. Getting better every time.
Seriously, did you see any interest in a Division 2 from anywhere?
If you hadn't have told me it had been announced earlier, I still wouldn't know about it, because it's been done to sort of zero fanfare.
Yeah.
A chap I know who worked on the original put on Facebook recently that everything's sort of closed down now on the first one, and what 2 years it had been, but so that coincided with obviously the second one now being in production, but yeah,
Do you think Ubisoft see this as a huge franchise like Assassin's Creed? Do you think that we're going to get a 3, 4, 5? Do you know what I mean?
Considering the sales of the first division and the problems it had and how it sort of it fizzled out very quickly to a couple of DLC packs that made about as much impact as Vern Troyer in a swimming pool. So it's it was just I can't see it being a cash cow for them. I think this IP is going to sort of like fizzle out and be buried under, well, like I said, they've got Far Cry 5 coming out the end of this month.
Yeah,
so
it'll do decently.
That I've seen has got interest. People are still into the Far Cry series.
See, again, for me, that's similar to COD.
It's evolved more.
They've evolved more, but it's a gameplay format that I'm not particularly ecstatic about.
It is very cookie cutter. Yeah, it is very cookie cutter, but that's very true of all of Ubisoft's games. Really, they all,
Creed,
take down an outpost, climb something to reveal the map. Or
speaking of Ubisoft games, one game that I am actually excited for the potential release of is a new Splinter Cell. I think it is my favourite Ubisoft IP.
If they have us climbing towers to reveal parts of the map, I'm gonna murder them.
Splinter Cell's never been about that though. It's been, the Splinter Cell games are very linear, but the stories and the gameplay has always been, for me, really good. You just basically play as like a CIA badass, Sam Fisher. But I mean, Amazon have listed it as being ready to pre-order, but that's got as much credibility as just saying,
it's Harvey Weinstein's defense lawyer. Yeah.
I think we've got a theme in this podcast, haven't we?
Yeah.
I really hope that we will be seeing something Splinter Cell related at E3 because it has been a good fair few years. The game hasn't had a current gen release yet, so
it was Fifth Echelon was the last. I maybe misremembering the title. I think was it Fifth Echelon or something like that.
It was.
I do recall, yeah.
It was
Blacklit. That was right. Yes, my apologies. Yes, so see that was the previous generations, and that was the last. But they did take some interesting directions with Sam.
That was actually
from double agent onwards, and then they've brought it back to more sort of like traditional gameplay back with Blacklist. So fingers crossed, with Xbox One X, the world's most powerful console.
Sponsored by
Rollcast, sponsored by Xbox One X, the most powerful console. But so that like I say, hopefully it will be something E3, and hopefully with the current generation they can do something really spectacular with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping for an intense single player focus, no loot box, no multiplayer BS.
There'll be multiplayer
approaching into it.
Yeah,
I think Blacklist actually did have a multiplayer, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, you could co-op it and you could go online as well. But the story had enough meat on it, whereas you got the full package with that game, and it was really enjoyable. But
the previous ones have had some quite interesting co-op campaigns. That run concurrently to the main plot, so hopefully there'll be something like that as well, because they were quite fun then. Not really a deathmatch kind of game, to be honest with you. So I hope they don't have anything. I hope they're not like a battle royale system into it.
I reckon they will, but hopefully.
To be honest, that's my biggest fear of this coming year. The fact that every single game now is going to look at the success of PUBG and Fortnite and be like, do you know what our game needs? A battle
royale. Well, these inklings that Red Dead 2 is going to have a multiplayer sort of battle royale affair rather than
it can be done really well, and it can be done really badly.
It could. I mean, Red Dead does kind of lend itself to that, but
with Red Dead. I was hoping more of something similar to GTA Online, but set in the Red Dead.
The original Red Dead was
yeah,
to that.
Exactly that. So fingers crossed that it's going to be similar to that rather than just Fortnite with cowboys. There's enough cowboys on Fortnite already. So I'm talking to you, Drake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's coming for you now, mate. He's going to find you.
Yeah.
Well, Speaking of E3 anyway, Scott, I know he can't be here, but Scott did mention that he thinks Xbox is going to do well at E3, and he also predicts that Xbox is going to have a lot of indie titles on show this year. I don't know where his information, but that's what he said.
Sony or the PS4 has always been the one more focused on indie with PlayStation Plus and things, so
yeah,
be interesting to see.
Yeah,
it will. It will. If Sony's trying to evolve its AAA catalog, like trying to get exclusivity over indie games.
I'm like, you can't go wrong with Steam on PC. It's Xbox and PlayStation are never going to compare with the indie market.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, not to Steam.
It's like a drop in a fucking glass compared to an ocean of games that you're thinking.
You do get the good with the bad with Steam though, because I mean, yeah, you get tons and tons of really good indie games, but I think I saw a video from Jim Sterling earlier today where it's like the world's worst game or something, where you just basically you open it up and you die instantly, and that's the game.
You have to be careful. You have to read the reviews, please. Read the reviews before you.
So Steam's a bit like the Wild West at the minute.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Be careful out there, guys. Anyway.
Indeed.
In moving away from all that crap, we've got a new website design.
We have. We made one 2 days
ago. Head to tryrolling.com now. See what it's all about. It looks amazing. It looks beautiful. It's crisp. It's clean. It's got all your good shit on there. You've got your reviews. You've got your opinions. You've got your news. You want to watch a stream? We've got streams on there too. Come on down to tryrolling.com. You're gonna love it.
Paid for by Tryrolling.
Yeah, paid for by the James Wilson Society and tryrolling.com.
I think James likes the website.
Seriously, even on mobile, it looks way better. It's way more user friendly. But yeah, just check out the new site design. It just looks better.
It looks better. It's got a much better framework behind it. It'll load a lot quicker now, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. And as I say, keep coming back to the site. Keep checking the site, because me and Joe are going to be streaming. I think we did a few test runs earlier in the week, and it was quite successful. But we'll be streaming on the site, not regularly, but as and when. You can see us play random games. You can see us play games together, possibly a Dark Souls stumble through, perhaps a remastered Dark Souls.
We'll be playing that.
That's coming back. Yeah.
And then any games that are currently with in review, we'll stream them here and there. So I mean, I'm playing a couple of games now, and I might stream them for people to see what's cooking.
Yeah, when I'm playing through some of the games I'll be reviewing, I will definitely stream those as well. So.
Will you be dressing up in costumes though?
Yeah, well, I don't know. They always do those weird things on Twitch where you have to get like a certain amount of subscribers or followers, and then you'll dress up as the banana. Well, it's normally the girls that do that, isn't it?
Well, like I say, it's to the 21st century now. Let's not let the girls have all the fun, shall we?
I'll start wearing a
guys dressed up in banana suits too.
Yeah. I say if we get 300 followers on either one of you, actually you have to wear fishnets. So,
that's 300 followers. I'd do way more than that.
Yeah. Well, I just really want to see one of you in fishnets. That's all. So that's why I'm setting the bar really low.
I'll shave you. Don't worry. I want to see my gorilla legs hanging out the fishnets. Fair, you know.
Indeed. While you playing Gravel or Lego Marvel Superheroes.
So if you just stumble onto the site, you wanna read a review, you wanna read some opinions, and then, oh, what's this? Scroll up. Oh, Joe's streaming some new indie game, which is really cool. I'll check that out. I'll give him a subscribe. Yeah. It's all good.
Give a subscribe on Twitch.
There you go.
Simple as.
Simple.
Trialin.com. It's optimized.
Indeed, for the 21st century, 2018, optimized.
Optimized.
Sean Connery.
So, yeah.
Indeed.
I know the most recent article up there at the minute is a preview that Joe's done. Do you want to talk about that, Joe?
Well, I've been playing a lot of They Are Billions. I've talked about it before in the podcast, so I won't go into crazy detail. But they keep on releasing quite a bit more in terms of more stuff that you can build.
Is it in early access?
Different difficulties. It's in early access, which is why it's a preview, not a review. Otherwise, I'm reviewing it. They aim to add things like a campaign. So at the moment, it's only survival, which is fun on its own. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the story mode. And yeah, the preview's up there, so go up and read it. I do recommend that you buy it in the preview. It's worth the price if you have a PC and you're into survival games, especially zombies and base builders. Very unique in the massive ocean of games where you kill undead, which is probably supposed to be oversaturated, but They Are Billions still manages to shine out during that. So.
Indeed, especially comparing to the upcoming State of Decay 2 and everything. So it's a little bit saturated, but yeah, it does seem to stand out very well. So,
Joe, do you know if it's coming to console at all? Because it is a game that I would like to check out. Is it just PC?
I'm not sure if it's coming to console or not. I don't think so, because it'd be very hard to control. Oh. It's a top-down base builder strategy, which
I see.
While I've played some of the games like Command and Conquer on PlayStation,
Command and Conquer, yeah.
It's hard and it's annoying.
Halo Wars. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The less said about HW, the better, really, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It just doesn't translate well at all, does it?
It doesn't.
Yeah. It's a shame, really.
I've not seen any that have been translated properly. Though I don't know why you can't just plug a USB mouse and a USB keyboard into a PlayStation and control it that way. That would be pretty useful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. I mean, you'd think we'd be at that stage, but
no. You'd upset the PC master race.
Oh.
It might be hard to program. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully one day they have that, and then you can play base builders and such on consoles, which would be nice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Tom touched on it just briefly earlier, but there are two upcoming reviews that I'm working on. One is from Italian studio Milestone, and it's called Gravel. It's basically an arcade racer, it's kind of a mix of Dirt and MotorStorm, if you've played those games. It's got the theme of Dirt and the gameplay of MotorStorm, I'd say. But yeah, no, I'm having fun with it. It's not the best game, I'll just say that now. A bit of a spoiler, but I'm having
a preview, a sneak peek there.
Yeah, a little tasty, spicy preview there. And then I'm playing a Lego game, which is always fun. It's Marvel Superheroes, and that's just basically, it's like you're playing out your childish fantasies with that one. It's like, oh, I want to play as Spider-Man with Wolverine. Yeah, sure, why not, go? So, it's one of those games which is it's just a fun to play, especially like with 2-player. I mean, you can just play that game for hours, just killing each other over and over and over again. But
but now we see why no one wants to play with James. Yeah. He keeps killing you rather than getting to the objective. Rather than collecting blocks, he just kills you instead.
Yeah. But yeah, those are two upcoming reviews to look forward to on the new tryrolling.com. New and improved. Optimized.
Yeah. Smash 2018.
Mm.
Myself, like I say, I've got two reviews in the works at the moment. Obviously, going to be the upcoming Sea of Thieves. Been battering all the beta testing, and it's It's looking like a mixed bag at the moment. I don't know if I just suck at it or if I'm too much, in touch with my fellow man and wanting to play cooperatively with everybody, whereas everyone else wants to camp out by the outpost and shoot me in the face when I'm trying to catch a chest in. So hopefully that's something that can be addressed. Got a lot of campers at the moment and things like that within the last couple of betas. But yeah, looking like an amazing game from Rare. Side note from Rare, they've just broke the world record for the longest distance for shooting a man out of a cannon.
Nice.
Yeah, they did that over in Florida, 200 and odd feet. No idea why you'd want to do that, other than that, you can actually shoot yourself out of the cannon in the game, but these these crazy marketing ploys that they do. It's just always good. And I will be covering the upcoming Far Cry 5 as well. So I'll be telling you all about the outposts that I capture and all the cell towers that I climb to reveal the map and those completely unique features.
Look forward to a solid 7 out of 10 then.
Yes, exactly. Like obviously, well, it is sounding like a very unique addition to the series, but it does, in all joking aside, it does like a very interesting spin on the story as well. So that's the main part I'm looking forward to.
I think the crazy hillbilly preacher theme is quite cool.
Yeah, it did well in BioShock Infinite, and I just watched recently just watched the live action trailer. So I'm very very hyped for the story, at least anyway. So hopefully that does carry it through the sort of the mundane features that we've come to expect.
Yeah. Cool. Anything in the works with you, Joe?
I might be reviewing a game that came out recently, which is called... what was it called? Surviving on Mars? Something like that? Surviving Mars is what it's called. Which is... I think it's coming out that I like base builders.
Oh, right,
okay.
Base
builder.
Do you survive on Mars?
Kind of like SimCity, but based on Mars.
Oh.
I'd love to see Joe's house, actually. I bet it's like fortified like a Fortnite map.
It's a pile of crap. That's what it is. There's crap everywhere. Yeah. What I don't spend on my room, I spend on games.
Every walls.
Yeah.
Build up all.
Yeah, it's probably Joe's house is probably like a set from a Saw movie. There's probably traps everywhere and.
If you count wires that are really badly placed, possibly.
Yeah.
Like you step into my room and I just put a sign in front of you saying, "Do you want to play a game? You have to make it to the sink." And there's just a load of fucking shit all over the floor.
Lego all over the floor. Yeah.
Buckets filled with urine because I've not made it to the toilet.
I think we've crossed the line here.
What? Okay.
I think we're.
I'm not going to send you a photo. It's a bit graphic.
Yeah. So if you do watch you do watch Joe on Twitch when he's streaming, you'll try and have a quick peek at his
Don't do that.
It's a jigsaw trap game.
The girl that came here the other week still hasn't escaped. That's quite useful actually.
Is that what that loud banging sound here? Before we started recording.
Oh, no, she's not trapped. She can't find a way out to all the buckets of piss.
I've been here for 15 years.
The McHale triangle.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Which way to the bathroom? I can't tell. It all smells like it.
Let's have to go in the corner.
So back to video games.
Indeed. Play some music to segue off.
Yeah. So I mean, we thought a cool little section to talk about would be, and this all stemmed from the game that I've recently reviewed for a rewind review. MGS2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. A great game in its own right. Like, I think I gave it a 9.5 out of 10, near perfect, I would say. But
how do you feel? How do you feel about Raiden?
You see, a lot of, at the time, he seems to have got a lot of hate, like a lot of kickback from the fans. But after, I think this might be because I've played the games after MGS2, so I know kind of what's going to happen with his character.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that annoyed at having to play as him. I thought it was quite refreshing, especially when spoilers, Snake does actually team up with Raiden. I thought that was quite cool.
Didn't see that one coming. Dun, dun. It's good. It was good before they turned him, into Dante from Devil May Cry.
They did kind of do that, but he's still quite a badass in his own right. Not so much in MGS2 because he's still like quite an annoying rookie who thinks he's better than he is. But the game holds up in every way. Like boss fights, fantastic, challenging, and then the musical score behind it, which is what I wanted to do. Why I wanted to do this segment is just it's on another level. It feels like it can top films. I would say for music. The main theme in it as well is just I could just sit on the main menu and have that playing in the background for like that just on my iPod. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. I do recall the third one having a absolutely almost Bond level of a Snake Eater. It was almost a Bond theme. When you that section when you have to climb up the ladder, which takes about 20 minutes, but it's the entirety of the song plays. Oh well, I say the entirety. Most of it plays because it literally takes that long to climb up the ladder. What was that section for other than to plug the theme song? It must have. There's no other reason. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal tune.
Those two games in their own right are like just next level, but with the music as well. Like you say, I think it just elevates them even further because of how good it is. And I was wondering if you guys have got any games that you've played where you've just been like, damn, this game has got good music.
Definitely, yeah. I think one theme tune that always sticks in my mind, and I still get goosebumps when I hear it, was the original Deus Ex back on the PC. Very, very sort of techno tune, but when it started playing at the end of Human Revolution, or like I say, every like just as a nod to the original of the series, hairs on my arms were standing up because I don't know, I just enjoyed Deus Ex that much that I associate that booting it up on the PC and that techno tune just being absolutely phenomenal. But I would probably say for series, like see yourself with the Metal Gear Solid series, would be the Final Fantasy series. Very well known for having stellar.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I was sat here waiting my turn, but you're going for it
anyway. Yeah, probably. Like say, Joe, if you want to tell them, what would you say
you go first.
No, but I would say well, myself personally would be the Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack. It's just so much really unique standout pieces there, Liberi Fatale and things like that. That they've actually.
Come on, no, I'm adding to the section. We have to sing what we're talking about. James, what was your favourite? Oh, okay.
Go on, sing Snake Eater for me, James.
Go.
Snake Eater. No, I'm done. I'm not doing anything. No, I think for me, I was gonna say, well, it's just the MGS series in general. I mean, the first Metal Gear Solid, when you got detected, that tune was amazing. The dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
that one.
Usually accompanied by Snake.
Yeah, the MGS2 main theme I think is great. Obviously, Snake Eater is great, and then a game that I feel doesn't get the praise it deserves is MGS4. I think it's actually my favourite of the entire series, just because it seems to. There's a lot of fan service in that game, but it seems to tie everything up in a nice little bow before it kind of gets exploded in the games after it. But the ending sequence, I think the cutscene's over an hour long. It holds the world record for longest cutscene in a video game. But that cutscene, I think the first time I saw it, I was in tears because, oh my god, it is just so. And the music, I think the track's called Old Snake, and it just ties up the whole series and the current state of Snake just perfectly. It's an amazing send off, and the music just does it justice.
Aww.
And also makes you cry. It's fantastic. And during the fight scene as well at the end of MGS4, they do what they, like you say, they did in Deus Ex, where they do throwbacks. So Snake Eater plays as you're fighting Liquid on top of a giant boat. You know, it's one of those moments.
Yeah, one of those iconic moments that ingrains itself into upon one's brain.
Yeah. I think it might be honestly the best ending to a video game kind of series of all time. I think.
Provided you don't have a full bladder when you watch it, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, of course. Like
you have to get up and use the loo halfway through. Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, the music just elevates it to the next level. Really, it's
yeah, and that's like I say, it's a big thing nowadays in video games. You know, the soundtrack, especially a lot of them are now a big thing with games is giving the soundtrack away. As DLC and things like that as well, and as pre-order DLC things like that. So I think you're right. It does speak to the impact that music can have on a scene and on a game.
Yeah, I think you're right with that. I think a few physical copies that I've got have actually included soundtracks, which has been nice. So like, I think Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls, when I picked that up, that came with the boss soundtrack, the hardcore intense orchestra noise.
I never hear much of that before I get kicked off the cliff or something like that. So maybe I should try rolling.
Well, maybe you should have tried rolling, yeah.
Yeah. Shameless plug. I only ever hear like the first 5 minutes of that before it repeats over and over and over. But like I say, I had The Witcher 3. My copy came with the soundtrack, so that was a
another game with great music. I mean, that game kind of caught me off guard with how good the music is, because it's so strange, but at the same time, it fits the game so well. Like the fight music with the weird like da 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 da. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Very very. Sing the song you're talking about.
I just did. There you go. That's all you're getting.
Anyway, back to the important games like Final Fantasy, which have much better soundtracks.
Debatable.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna argue against Witcher 3's soundtrack. I also really like that. But games like Final Fantasy VIII, I don't know if you've played the rest of them, Tom, but Final Fantasy VII. One of the best soundtracks.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
One of the best of all time. I think mostly because of the time it was released as well, so it might not stand up to the test of nowadays soundtracks.
Definitely. It's definitely some banging riffs in Final Fantasy. I mean, that's one.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
They're almost 8-bit nowadays.
Beautiful.
But there was a nice little feature in Final Fantasy 15 where, as you were driving around in the car, you could have previous soundtracks from previous games as music on the radio, and that was absolutely that was a phenomenal idea. You know, Square Enix really hit the fan service nut button on that one. Yeah, that was fan service all over the backseat, definitely.
Nice.
For
you have a way with words and phrases, Tom.
Yeah, it explains why
revolve around a certain theme.
Yes. Like I say, it's a gift. It's a gift. But yeah, like I say, soundtracks definitely do make the game, and maybe like I say, yeah. But if anyone else is out there listening to this, let us know on Twitter, on the site, on the comments, on the Facebook page. What's some of your favourite soundtracks from games? Let's get talking about it.
Last of Us soundtrack. Oh, that was good.
I can't talk about that. It's still a bit raw.
It's just the brilliant use of like acoustic guitars in that game is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very subtle. It's not got blaring sort of heavy metal guitars or anything like that. It's a very subtle soundtrack, that game, which does undercut a lot of the poignant scenes in that game, which I can't talk about because it's still a bit raw.
It's cracking up. What was that?
So yeah. Comment, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Watch us on Twitch.
Indeed.
Talk to us. We're listening.
Yeah, we're always listening.
Give the guys a subscribe.
Yeah. Give the guys a cheeky subscribe.
Indeed.
And as always, visit tryrolling.com.
Oh, I just remembered Battlefield.
Well, you
5.
Ruined the outro. Jake.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Go on.
No, go on. What were we going to say about Battlefield? Yeah.
Battlefield 5's been announced, hasn't it?
What, just now?
What?
I think it's been
gone.
talking.
Do you enjoy that type of game? Since you're a COD fanboy?
No, not really.
Okay.
Bye. And cut.